This footage that I'm about to review here, I've been seeing this footage and I just haven't had a time to get to it until today. But you recently had a California Reparations Task Force meeting. They were letting people come up and speak. And one thing I cannot stand about a lot of people in our community is that we have too many people speaking when they should be sitting down. One thing I don't like also about our community is that we can't just be on code completely. Other groups, when they talk about giving them some checks, everybody shut the hell up and they just have their hands out and they say, hey, when my check gonna be deposited? But this community, oh boy, it's always somebody to run off at the mouth, think they know something, can't sit down, shut up, let the people that know what they're talking about, or at least the people that's kind of versed in some of this, speak up at these particular meetings. No, everybody got to say something. But I want you to listen to this. Some of you may have seen this already, but I want to give my take on it. But let's go ahead.
I think the reparations should be as follows. It's to be gifted to us with gold and silver bullion to, as I said before, my antebellum slaves and ancestors and their heirs. It should be measured in the amount of 1 troy ounce of gold and silver per each antebellum slave and their descendants, according to the conditions of the mother for 16 generations. That equals 1,724 metric tons of gold and silver bullion.
Okay, so this fella is talking about we need to be given gold and silver bullion. Sir, do you have any gold now? Do you know the price of an ounce of gold? Do you know the price of 1,700 metric tons of gold, which is about $97 million, actually? No, I'm sorry, 97 billion. Correct. $97 billion. Sir, if they gave you some gold bars, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Just be honest with you. The issue with this guy is saying the messaging should be cash payments. Outside of cash payments, we need an anti-black hate crime bill. Outside of that, we need financial protection in the banking system against discrimination. The bank should be disclosing how they're coming about giving loans to everybody. They should know how many, when black people are getting loans, what are the terms of these loans, that black people are signing versus white people. They should match exactly what it is. I mean, there's so many different things that black people need in this country, but you have these silly black folk. And if I'm offend somebody, I'm just going to offend somebody. Grown men walking around with some old red hat on your head with a fez, and you're an older man at that. I don't care if you get mad. It looks silly to me. It just looks silly to me. In my opinion, you don't like it. It is what it is. Grown man talking like that. What you talk Moorish Science Temple dudes? And I'm sorry, Noble Drew Ali would not be behind these dudes as today. Trust me. But let's go ahead and go to this guy. Let's go.
We're asking that you give us reparations because America is number one on God's list to be destroyed. So if you don't accommodate us.
Oh, God. The meeting is about a reparation, sir. It's not about the Lord destroying anything. Why you go to a reparations meeting talking about what the Lord gonna do? If the Lord's gonna do it, then you should not even be there, sir. Leave it for the people that's gonna discuss reparations. See, this is what I'm talking about. People like this, and I gotta be very careful how I need to say this. The community needs to have a talking to these kind of people. And they need to have a very stern talking to the point that they don't want to get up no more and say anything. I mean, seriously, because these guys are literally just trying to mess up everything.
And you don't assist us. Just watch what our God is going to do to America. I think the reparations.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if you feel that way, why are you still here in America? Why have you went to Morocco, sir? Why have you went to Morocco and say, hey, you are a citizen of Morocco and all of that? I would love to see y'all go to Morocco. Matter of fact, I will go to Morocco probably before you go to Morocco. I'll tell you that much. And I'll make sure to film it when I do it. These dudes right here is many people that pop up in these meetings, these reparations task force meetings and all of that. And to me personally, y'all, I really believe a lot of these people are sent. I really believe these people are on somebody's payroll to come in and try to muddy the waters for other black people. Because listen, it don't make any logical sense, folks. It don't make logical sense for this many black people to try to muddy the waters and mess up money that will go actually to them. It don't make sense. And we've always had this problem in America with other black folk. It'll go all the way back to the plantation. If every black person would have been on code about getting off that plantation, if every black person been on code about revolting and burning master's house down and getting off that plantation, if every black person was actually on code, we would not have stayed slaves so long. We would have been off them plantations very quickly. But because of these people right here, these men are representation of the cowards that we have in the black community. They can't just get their check and go to hell on. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Where are all our black men and women who's very versed from the grassroots in reparations? Because I'll tell you this, if Texas had a reparations task force and Texas was talking about meetings and all that, you better believe Phillip will be at every meeting to speak about reparations. I'm not a citizen of the state of California, so I don't really feel that I have a place to go speak there, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I just thought that it's open just to black people in California, so I think black people in California should be going over there and speaking up. Even if you live outside of California and you've even moved to Texas, I think if you are a California resident, born and raised there, and you would benefit from these reparations, I think it would be great for some of you to go back to California when you know they have the next meeting and go speak, if you're an eloquent speaker, about reparations. Because you keep letting these silly idiots get up here and speak. You know, these folks are try to use anything they can to try to mess up reparations for black people in California. Every freaking night, Fox News is talking about reparations. They scared about reparations because let me tell you something. Reparations is actually true equality. You understand? They don't want black people to have any kind of equality in America. They don't. Also, the greatest fear about black people is that not the black people that's going to, trick off. And listen, if people want to go trick off their Mercedes, they could. If they want to go trick off their reparations to Mercedes, that's their business. If that's what they feel they want to do with their reparations. If they want to go buy clothes, if they want to go to the club, if they want to go try to invest in a dispensary or whatever they want to do, I don't care what people want to do with their reparations. It's their reparations to spend. It's not yours. But what they're afraid of is black people getting capital in their hands and black people actually going out and doing something for themselves and actually getting that business started or growing that business they always wanted to grow because now they got the money. Or black people getting off the streets and not being homeless anymore. You understand? This is what they worried about. They worried about blacks. Trust me, the system is built off of black people being at the bottom. And if black people get a leg up with reparations, that messes the whole system up. But one thing this system will do, if black people get from the underclass status, another group gonna be there. I promise you that. But black people, we gotta fight like hell for reparations. We are owed reparations. We are owed. But we can't let these people like this come in here and mess it up. So we need you brothers and sisters who are versed in reparations to go to those meetings and speak up. We need all you grassroots brothers and sisters that's out there that love the people, that care about reparation. Listen, I understand you may say, well, it's not enough. Listen, you can never quantify a dollar amount of what our people went through. It's never going to be enough. I mean, we need a zillion dollars if that's the case. But we got to start somewhere. We need to stop all that. It's not enough. If we want to have that discussion among ourselves, it's one thing. When we get to these public meetings, we don't go saying it's not enough. We're going to say, okay, it's a great start. Okay, hey, what y'all did at Bruce's Beach, now you got precedent. We need that happening again to all black people that had their land taken away from them in California. These are the things that you could actually fight for. Stop with all that. It's not enough crap. Get the bag. Get the reparations. Because if California passes it, then it opens up the door for other states to do it. Then eventually it opens up the door for the federal government to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So stop with all that. It's not enough. Even if they gave you $200,000 worth of reparations more than what you got today, because I guarantee you the majority of you, I'm definitely willing to say 90% of you don't have no $230,000 sitting in your bank account right now. So if they gave it to you today, it'd be way more than what you got right now in your bank. So please don't say it's not enough. What you think? Reparations gonna be a doggone Powerball? Especially how many of us it is? Come on now. It's a great start. But we need to be finding out who these people are and ridiculing the hell out of them to the point they don't want to get up and speak like that anymore. But we definitely need the brothers and sisters who are very thorough to go to these meetings and speak up. And they say, well, it's a lot of meetings. There's always a meeting. Look, it don't matter if it's 50 meetings. We need to be speaking up. The TV cameras are there. We know now for sure. The TV cameras are there. They're nervous. We need to be up there speaking. And I'm a reach out to Sister Camila again and see if we can bring her back at least on my main channel. And let's have that conversation with Sister Camila again about reparations for California, because that's very, very important. Like I said, you better believe Brother Phil would be there if it was in Texas. But it's California, so it's not the state I live in. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the podcast. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button and definitely click the like button, and we'll see you on the next one.